If Christ has traveled 17 miles from Zacchaeus to here, basically, why is it this last little bit now Christ wants to change up the game plan? Is that Christ is doing this as a symbol. And so as Christ is standing on the Mount of Olives, right, Luke is being deliberate, telling us that here he is on the mountain called the Olive or the Olivet. And so he's sort of pausing and leaving us in this geographic location. Well, if you think back in our study of Zechariah, this is a significant mountain. This is a mountain where the promise of God is that the Messiah is going to stand on this mountain and actually divide the mountain, split the mountain in Zechariah 14. And the expectation we can have then is, well, then what the people are saying about Christ is valid. He's bringing a glory kingdom. It's going to be tangible. It's going to be visible. He's going to establish himself in such a way that we will see Christ seated upon a throne of glory that he deserves. But there's other symbolism that's going on here. Because if he's coming in judgment, and we read in Revelation of Christ riding out, he's riding out on a war horse. He's got a sword. He means business. But that's not the symbolism here, because he explicitly tells his disciples to go and to get a donkey. This is a contradictory message. But we find they return. And as they return with this donkey, we may wonder what's going on. Why would Christ want this symbolism? As we've mentioned, it's intentionally symbolic. Christ is doing this to symbolize who he is. In Genesis 49, verses 9 through 12. And we don't have time to get into the whole prophecy there, but there's a couple things that are significant. On one hand, you have the promise of the Messiah coming from the line of Judah in this prophecy. And so there's a sense, and we're going to have this scepter coming to the king at the appropriate time, and then the lineage stops. The other thing about this king is he's going to come on a donkey. This is a sign in Genesis 49 of a sign of peace, as we can see the peaceful transfer of power from David to Solomon, where Solomon doesn't ride around a war horse, but he does so on a donkey.